Did Russia help the U.S. force open Japan? In August of 1853, 4 Russian ships sailed into Nagasaki Harbor and presented a letter requesting trade between the two countries. The arrival in Nagasaki was meant to one-up the Americans, who had presented their trade letter in Edo Bay earlier that summer, instead of Nagasaki, the port designated for foreign interaction. Messages were sent to Edo. However, Tokugawa Ieyasu, the 12th Tokugawa shogun, died in late July of that year, essentially between the arrival of the two fleets. This left Edo in a great quandary. Ieyasu's son, Ieyasu, became the new shogun, but he was physically weak and unfit to rule. Among his advisors, no decision could be reached. When no answer came from the Japanese, the Russians threatened to sail to Edo, and I'm not going to screw up the name of the Russian in charge of the fleet. Eventually, Japan accepted the letter, fearing Russia, who was much larger than the U.S. The letter detailed requests for Russian trade, as well as the settlement of the border dispute in Sakhalin. After reviewing the letter, the Japanese reached a decision and told the Russians that many parties would need to be consulted and that they should expect an answer in 3 to 5 years. It evolved into a nasty argument over Sakhalin and also Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands. An agreement was reached to talk the following spring in Sakhalin, with an understanding that any trade treaty that Japan signed with another nation would also apply to Russia as well. Japan began building ocean-capable vessels and also ordered steamships from the Dutch. In August of 1854, the Hinomaru, the Japanese flag, was officially designated to be used for Japanese ships at sea. Russia eventually piggybacked off the treaty signed between the U.S. and Japan in 1854. The two nations signed the Treaty of Shimoda in 1855. So Russia did not directly assist the U.S., but Russian pressure helped push Japan to finally reopen itself to the world.